Yo, what is up, everybody? How you doing? It's your boy, the Birdman from the Birdman Show. I got Def Light with me. You guys already know what to do, so why don't you go ahead and do it with us? That is right. We are here. We're back for The heck was that?
Didn't have my phone muted.
Oh, I was like, what just happened? This is what kind of day I know I've been having. I'm not speaking for Def Light, but I know I've been having a day. Oh God. But anyways, we are back. I don't know. Miss D says she might join us tonight. So if she does, awesome. Um, that'd be awesome. But it is what it is. Angel's is that Angel in the house? Yo, what is up, Angel? Nice to see you over here on was that she on YouTube? I can't see right now. Who's on what? Yes, Angel's on YouTube. Hello. Hey, there's Bambi in the house. What's up? How you doing? But yes, we are here. We are live on the Birdman Show. And we are about to do a You Be the Judge episode. Now, I'm looking now, and yep, I can tell you it has been a day because I didn't do your favorite lower thirds yet. Um, for the You Be the Judge.
It still takes my brain like a whole 30 seconds to figure out what the fuck is it? Why is he talking about like a yard? It's like a
Oh
fucking
god.
golf course. It's not right, man. It's not right.
Oh my god. I remember the first time you did that, and you just looked, and I was and the first time I didn't really pay attention to why you were
No,
looking
you don't
crazy.
say.
I wasn't paying. There you go. Here it is, right there. Here's your lower third. Um, but yeah, I wasn't paying attention because I was looking off for something else, and then I happened to say it again, and you did the exact same thing. I was like, "What's the problem? What are you talking
Fuck
about?"
are you talking
I
about?
was like, "What? What do you mean? What am I talking about?" I'm sorry, that
The
was
hell
hilarious.
are that? What the hell is that?
Anyways, woo. Okay, we are here. We are doing an episode of You Be the Judge. And if this is your first time watching this, this is where our lovely Deaf Light reads us off court cases that she has in a lovely book that she has. This has been a pretty cool series that we've done with this. She reads off court cases. Of course, all the names have changed to protect the innocent. Not playing. I don't, it's not an episode of Law and
It's
Order.
it's usually missing quite a bit of information.
Yeah, like all of it. But she reads us off court cases. She reads us what the prosecution does with the witnesses, and then the cross examination, then the defense, just like a regular court case. Well, not a regular court case. Because in a regular court case, they actually have
It's an
a heck of a lot more mission.
abbreviated version of a court case.
Cliff notes. Yeah, all right, there you go. I like that. I like that.
The Timu version of
Okay, so
Cliff
it's not
Notes.
Amazon. It's not
No.
Amazon.
No.
It's definitely Timu.
Yes.
That sounds like a really that sounds like a new tagline they should use. We're not Amazon, but we are Timu. Anyways,
Slightly better than Wish.
oh God, we need to do an episode on those. Just, we need to do an episode on that. Oh my God, I got to show you the video of the Wish version Michael Jackson for a birthday party. Anyways, Deaf Light. First of all, how the heck are you doing? As I tried to reel myself back in. We haven't been on in a while. First of all, how was your daughter's birthday? It
It was good.
was good. Yeah,
Yeah, she's got the full or not preteen. She's got the full teenager attitude in motion now. So yeah, it's kind
now
of
she's in full motion.
it's gonna go downhill for a little bit, and then we'll start
Yeah,
going back to normal. Yeah, when she's
in
like
about
20,
yeah, about to say about
5
another
years.
10 years, another 5, 10 years, something like that. 20 if you're lucky. Anyways,
Yeah.
okay, well, that's good. That's good. And hopefully, you had a decent birthday yourself. I know how it is. I don't like really celebrate my birthday either. So, but I'm glad to see you again. And I am looking forward to this episode because I always love these episodes. And not because I don't have to do research. That is a big part.
Sure.
That's a big part of it. However, I do enjoy these because they are pretty fun to watch. But I will ask this for sorry, the child is in a full blown panic attack out there, so I can hear her screaming
Oh,
over
I thought
two
you just
closed
had like
doors.
a mental skip or something,
No,
and
I
you
didn't
just like
reset. No, I
pause
didn't reset.
yourself.
Yeah, I didn't reset. Don't worry, it's still the original Birdman. I didn't get replaced by a clone or something, and I had to reset myself. No, she's in a full blown, and I'm here. I'm able to hear her scream through two closed doors, and my headphones. So that's yeah. Anyways, but I am going to ask Angel and Bambi out there, please help us share this out. Help people because, like I said, we've had to make some changes. And I'll do this quick announcement real quick. We've had to make some changes because we're having issues with TikTok. And I just didn't see the only reason why I was on Restream to begin with was because of TikTok. So have since had to make some changes. So kind of just help us get this out going and everything. I am going to try something later tonight, just to throw everything off because I got to see if this is going to work. But we'll get there when we get there. Without further ado, however, I promise I won't do that voice I did earlier. I don't know where that came from, and I do apologize for that. It scared
Yeah.
myself. It's like, oh, I need to turn myself in. Almost call the police on myself.
It got weird in here, and we weren't even live yet. So I mean, I'm just saying.
Oh god. Okay. All right. Without further ado, Carrie, take it away.
So this is a jealous husband resorts to violence. The state versus Kurt Schaefer. Kurt
This is how we
Schaefer
coming back
and
in.
yeah. Well, it was either this or look. We don't have a lot of good options left. Okay, I saved the ones that I was avoiding,
Yes,
so it's
ma'am.
only gonna get worse.
Oh, okay.
Um,
That's good.
Kurt Schaefer and Larry Hansen were best friends and partners in a construction business. Schaefer's wife, Vicky, worked in the office as their secretary. Hansen was not married. The Schaefer marriage went well in the early years and produced 4 children. But Kurt had an addiction to gambling that worsened to the point where Vicky asked him for a divorce and he moved out. Shortly thereafter, Kurt promised Vicky he would quit gambling if she would take him back. But she said she could not because she had fallen deeply in love with Larry.
Who the freak is Larry? The cable guy?
the the best friend and partner in the business.
Oh, okay. I thought, yeah. Oh, gee, okay, okay, cool.
That was
Okay.
the very first sentence,
Yeah, I
Birdman.
was.
Very, very,
I'm.
very first sentence.
You also got to remember, Birdman's got the whole studio, and now since I'm doing definitely doing all this stuff, I'm trying to get everything else going. So I apologize. Okay, I got it. Larry, business party partner. Let's go. I'm
And
with you.
best
Let's rock
friend.
it. Yeah, whatever. Get the best friend crap. Anyways, I'm trying.
I think you might need to like, I don't know, meditate, do some yoga,
Oh, I wish I
get a
could do
little
some yoga.
get a little woo-saw going on.
I wish I could do some yoga, but I probably get stuck in one of those positions. Um,
Des would have to send me pictures because that would be fucking hilarious.
wow, really?
Yes.
Wow. Okay, that's cool.
I'll
Not even
I'll
though.
text her later to make sure she does. That way she knows because I know
Wow,
you won't tell her.
I'm not doing no yoga. You can forget that. Have somebody laughing at me and everything. No, I don't think so. Go ahead, continue.
So she said she couldn't take it back because she had fallen in love with Larry. Kurt became emotionally distraught over the news and at his separation from his wife and children. He also became increasingly jealous of Larry. Kurt went back to Vicky to plead with her one more time. He told her he had to have her back, but she told him her love for Larry was too strong.
Mm,
Kurt testifies in tears. So I
no,
guess he testified for himself.
dang.
Um, he says he went to the office with the intention of killing himself. When he walked in, Larry was there grinning at him. Kurt tried to shoot himself, but the gun jammed. He fired three shots at Larry, one in the arm, one in the neck, and one in the back, killing Larry instantly.
What? Wait a minute. This escalated quickly. I mean, Jesus. There was no like here, hey, this is what
Mhm.
happened, the background, and one
No,
day
it
they
just went
just
straight into it. Yeah.
Jesus, Wild West. Okay. Oh
Yeah.
wow. So good. He tried to off himself, gun
Uh-huh.
jams.
Jams, yeah.
And
Yeah.
so I guess he decided to check fire and shot three shots at Larry. One in the arm, one in the neck, and one in the back.
In the back.
What is he trying? You know what? I'm not trying to skip it. Well, we're going rapid fire right now. I'm almost like, what the heck is he trying to claim right now? I know he ain't trying to claim self defense. Oh Jesus. Okay. Anyways, go ahead. Oh God, this is wow. I need a drink.
He tells the jury he cannot remember the shooting. He's completely blacked out. No idea what happened. I wasn't there. I was in a land far, far away.
This is gonna be one of those, isn't it?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yep. A clinical psychologist testifies as to Kirk's state of mind, opinioning that Kurt was in such a heat of passion that he was incapable of exercising control and that he could not maturely premeditate and reflect on the seriousness of his conduct. That sounds like a whole bunch of just bullshit. I'm sorry. It just sounds like a whole bunch of bullshit.
It sounds like he.
Um,
It literally sounds like that. He came in after watching an episode of Law and Order or CSI or something, and it's like, yeah, that sounds good. I'm gonna say
that
that.
yeah, I'm gonna yeah. That sounds like a good way to get
Yeah,
him out of this. Yeah.
I saw this last season, episode 15. It's like what? Shut up! Oh my god. Okay, my blood's already boiling now. Okay, go ahead, ma'am.
Kurt Schaefer was the responsible party, but for which crime? Murder or manslaughter? Samuel introduces himself as the deputy district attorney. He looks like the chairman of a board of a major corporation and speaks slowly and deliberately. In sharp contrast to defense attorney Toby, who is light on his feet and looks like he is constantly holding himself back, nervous and ready for the starting gun. I'm not editing anything anymore. You can read the terribleness just like I do, okay?
No, I'm sorry. It's just when you said the guy Toby, I immediately thought of a skit that Dave Chappelle did. And it was just hilarious. So I'm sorry. But no, this is wow. Who is this guy's publisher?
I don't know.
Probably got it from Timu. Anyways, go ahead.
Probably. Well, no, Timo wasn't around back then, so this is definitely a wish.
Oh yeah. Well, he made the wrong wish.
He did. He
Yeah,
did.
I don't know what star he was wishing on.
Because I don't as much fun as the series has been, this is not a very popular book. I don't think he sold lots of copies.
He's probably watching that. Probably watching the episodes and that whenever we do You Be the Judge. Like, are they doing the You Be the Judge yet? All right, here we go.
If he's even alive,
Oh well, that's true.
he was
That's
at the
true.
Nuremberg trials.
Oh well, I don't know. Well, yeah, yeah. I mean, he m- he might be holding on because he might have been holding on for the day that someone did it on a podcast.
If he still is around, he probably don't know what the fuck a podcast is.
He probably thinks it's just like a bathroom break or something. About to go to the pod and cast this turd. Anyways, go ahead.
Jesus Christ. Oh, God. Really? Fuck. Okay. Just
Okay,
there's no
sorry.
dispute in this case. Samuel says in his opening statement that this man, Kurt, shot and killed Larry on the morning of June 25th, 1999, in the village of Del Centro. There is also no dispute that Larry was his best friend and business partner at the time. The only reason we are here pertains to the degree of homicide. Was it murder or manslaughter? We will prove it was murder, clear and simple, caused by not one, not two, but three bullets fired into Hanson's body. You notice Schaefer wince as he squeezes out the words one, two, three. The prosecution's first witness is police officer Robert Deming. He testifies that on the morning of June 25th, while on duty in his patrol car, he was told by Central Dispatch that a man identifying himself as Kurt Schaefer reported he had just shot his business partner and wanted the police to come and arrest him. The officer further states that he and Detective Gordon went to the office of S&H Construction Company and found Kurt waiting for them. He indicated where his revolver was on a shelf near the front door. The hammer of the gun was cocked and in position. He says that Schaefer was cooperative and full of remorse for what he had done. Dr. Craig Fowler, the county pathologist, is the next witness, and he testifies that he examined the body and found three entry bullet wounds. One in the front of the left arm, one on the side of the neck, and one in the back. I mean, that tells you right there. He got shot in the side of the arm, and he goes to turn, and he gets hit in the neck, and then finally turns all the way around, and then he shoots him in the back. Okay. The next witness is a short man in his 60s. Sorry, I started reading ahead. Short man in his 60s, Ben. He is a cabinet maker who was working in his shop next to the defendant's construction office on the morning of the shooting when he heard what sounded like firecrackers. He gives the following answers to the questions by the DA. How many of these firecracker sounds did you hear? Simon says,
Go. He did that on purpose.
He did.
He did that on purpose.
He did. Ben
Simon
says 3, bang, 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 just like that. You notice a slight pause between the first and the second bangs. And so he asked, how much time went by between the three shots? And Ben says, I really couldn't tell you. And he asked, well, it just in your own words, using the words bang, 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 again, tell us how you heard them with reference to the spacing between shots. Just say it to yourself slow like this. And the defense attorney jumps to his feet. Your Honor, counsel is coaching the witness. I'd like to remind him the witness gives evidence, not him. And the judge replies, let him give his testimony. He has a right to. For the record, I'll time him. Turning to the witness, he says, you will repeat your testimony with particular regard to the timing of the shots and how much time passed between shots. So Ben said, bang. I don't know. I'm confused. I don't know how fast I said it. I heard it. I don't know. He started freaking out on the stand. Poor little Simon says.
Man, Simon can't. He can't.
He can't
don't work too well under
pressure.
pressure. No, he don't work too well under pressure, man. He don't work too well under pressure. Okay.
Nope.
All right. Cool. Okay. What? Okay. We got.
So the defense attorney jumps up to his feet, furious, and he says, "You have no right to say what the evidence is. It's for the jury to decide how much time there was between shots." And the DA replies, equally pissed, I was merely trying to, and it's like, apparently these two are about to go at it because the judge has to throw down the gavel and he says, you realize that the bang, bang, bang testimony must be important. The judge
Bang, bang, bang. What? What is happening? What is happening?
Why does this feel like I don't know, like a Tom and Jerry episode?
It like it feels like it feels like a slightly worse Saturday Night Live skit.
Yeah.
Like it
has
it's
like it can't be real.
Wow. This you
the
realize
bang 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 testimony must be important.
you realize it must be important.
The judge states what the witness said has been heard by the jury, and the jury will disregard the remarks of counsel. Now we can take a 10-minute recess, which I hope tempers will cool. You know that judge was like super fucking pissed.
What?
When you gotta call something the bang 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 theory with a straight ass face.
I've heard the
You know
Big Bang Theory, but the Bang Theory, I've never heard that before in my life. Wow, that's interesting. Okay.
the bang 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 theory.
Now I'm thinking of Pops off of, I don't know if you've ever seen that movie, Boomerang, with Eddie Murphy. It's an older movie, but the guy that played, have you've seen Friday though, right?
You ain't got no job. You ain't
Yeah,
got
yeah,
shit to
Craig's dad.
do. We get
Yeah,
you hot because it's
yeah.
Friday.
So the guy who played Craig's dad, which his name was, he passed away since, but I can't remember his name. It's Witherspoon, I think, or something like that. But he also played in that movie Boomerang with Mark Lawrence. Well, he was playing the father of David Allen Greer, and, and he was talking about, having sex with ladies. Say that's what you gotta do, boy. You gotta get him there. You gotta get him in. They go bang 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 bang. And that was his catch line through the whole movie was bang 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 bang. now now that's stuck in my freaking head. That thinking the judge is probably doing
Well,
that right now.
and what's sad is that's not even the weirdest thing to come out of my mouth out of this book. Need I remind you of Hell on Wheels?
Oh God. If you
Miss
have not
Rosa?
seen that episode, if you have not seen that episode, holy crap.
Mm-hmm.
That one took such an unexpected turn in so many different ways. That it just, oh my God, I
She
almost forgot about that.
escaped.
In a freaking wheelchair. It's in a
She
freaking, we might have to do like a special like recap edition where we just recap some of our favorite You Be the Judge episodes. My niece is calling me. I'm about to embarrass her live.
Uh-oh.
Hello?
Hi.
Hey babe, how you doing?
I'm good. What are you doing?
I'm doing my podcast live. You're on live.
Oh, period. Hey, live. You're doing live.
Yeah,
Oh
that's
my
right.
god.
You're doing a much better job than your dad because your dad did the exact same thing to me last week. No, he did it Monday. It was Monday. He did it Monday. Yeah, so you did a much better job. He's like, oh man, you didn't have to. He's like, I'll call you back. I'll call you back. I was like, all right, bet.
Yeah,
You
no.
did a much better job. Great job, babe. I love you. I'm proud of you.
Okay, well, I miss you,
I
so
miss you too.
call me back when you're done, and
Yes,
we can chat it up and plan some.
I bet. Love you, babe.
Okay, love you.
All right, bye.
Bye, live.
I love my niece. Yeah, her dad did the exact same thing to Monday. Called me because he forgot I did we had the show on Monday. He's like, you didn't have to answer the phone. I said, have you met your brother? Why would I
an
not answer the phone?
an opportunity to fuck with you live? Oh, yes, I'm taking
Exactly.
that.
Exactly. John Witherspoon. There it is. Thank you, Shiloh. This is why I love Shiloh, man. Shiloh be bringing the heat with it. But yeah, that was a guy. He also played the voice of the dad on Boondocks. The Boondocks. That's a freaking hilarious TV show. But anyways,
Mm.
continue. Lord Jesus, this is becoming
So
fun.
it continues after everybody like chills the fuck out. So the DA calls Miss Vicky Schaefer. And she says, "You are Mrs. Kurt Schaefer, the wife of the defendant." So it's the defendant's wife and the victim's girlfriend.
W-
Because they're still
Yeah,
married.
yeah, they're still
They're
married.
separated, but they're still married. And so he asked, "How long have you been married?" And she says, "About 11 years." In response to various questions, she testifies she has four children with Kurt Schaefer, all girls, the youngest one now only 1 year old, and the oldest is 8. She said the marriage went smoothly at first. Kurt was a good father and had a good job working construction. About 3 years ago, he started his own construction business with Larry, his best friend. In order to save money, Vicky worked in the office as a secretary. Then
Mhm.
the three of them, so the DA asked that, then the three of you were often in the office together, and she said yes. And he said, "Well, what was your relationship with Larry?" And she said, "At first, he was just my husband's friend, but later on, I mean, well, it became something different." So I think they were hooking up while they were still married, and not separated, married. During this period, when Larry and your husband were running the construction company, did your married life change at all? That is, did you have any problems? And she goes, "Oh, you mean Kurt's gambling? That started earlier. Kurt began to gamble heavily, horses and dog races. I told him he ought to stop, so he'd stop for a few days, but then it would get worse than ever." She starts to become emotional. She tells how Kurt bet larger and larger sums, that she tried to stop him, that they argued about it, their whole life changed. Kurt would lose his temper and yell at her, and he became a different man, touchy and irritable. And although he promised to stop gambling, he never did. Finally, she got fed up and asked him for a divorce. Um, and he asked, did he agree? And she said, not at first, but he finally gave in and moved out of the house. And so he asked, "Well, then what?" And he said he promised if he joined Gamblers Anonymous, if I take him back, but I couldn't. Matters had gone too far, and I was in love with Larry. "Was your husband aware of it?" And she said, "I don't know. I couldn't tell him. I couldn't hurt him that much." Yeah, yeah,
I'm gonna say it
yeah.
like this. I'm gonna say it like this. I'm gonna tell you like this. Quick little bit of relationship advice. If someone does that to you, right, and they cheat on you with this is that, and they use the excuse the last thing I ever wanted to do was hurt you. Trust me, it was still on their list. It was just the last thing that was on their list. So it doesn't matter. Like, oh, I just go ahead, please continue.
Um, she said, "So now I'd like to go back to the night before Larry was killed. Do you recall that night?" She says, "I hardly remember anything. It's all blacked out. It was such a terrible, horrible nightmare." Yeah. As she testifies, she becomes more and more upset and finally starts sobbing uncontrollably, where the court orders a short recess. After everybody returns, Miss Schaefer takes the stand again. Do you understand, Miss Schaefer, that since you are legally married to Kurt Schaefer, you do not have to testify against him if you don't want to? So they still have those marriage
You're
rights
right.
in place.
Right.
And she says, "Yes, I understand. I want to testify." Before the questioning of Mrs. Schaefer can proceed, the defense attorney rises and states, "Your Honor, I wish to advise the court that Mr. Schaefer is aware that he has a right under the law of marital privilege to prevent his wife from testifying against him. I have discussed this right with him. Against my advice, he wishes to waive the right and allow his wife to testify. He simply wants the truth to come out."
Uh, mm, mm. Okay, that's interesting. I don't know if there's an interesting twist going to happen or just sheer stupidity at this point in time. I don't freaking know.
I mean, the whole thing's
Um.
fucking stupid, but
Okay, so we can stick with the sheer stupidity. Okay.
yeah.
All right. Okay.
So the judge says, "Thank you, counsel. The court appreciates the defendant's wish to have the truth disclosed. The district attorney may proceed with direct examination." So he says, Miss Schaefer, you had a conversation with your husband in your home early on the morning of June 25th, 1999. What was it about?" And she said, "He accused me of being out all night with Larry, and I told him that it was none of his business where I was, that I had the right to do what I wanted." Um, what is the next thing you recall? And she says, he said he was going to kill me. And what did you say? And she said, I don't know. It was awful. I couldn't believe it. I was hysterical, but I finally talked him out of it. You're wanting to go off so bad right now.
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Oh
You want
my
to go off
god.
so bad right now.
Oh my god. Okay. I'm sorry. Just continue, ma'am. Just please continue. Wow. What?
So he asked, well, then what?
No, wait a minute. No,
And
wait a minute. Time out. Time out. Wait. Wait a minute. So you mean to tell me that this fool said that he, well, first of all, okay, so they're technically separated
I don't
at
think
this
they were
point.
legally separated. I think like he had
He just
moved
kind of just
out,
moved
but
out.
that but he
Okay.
just moved out. That was it.
Okay. So then they're still technically well, they're not technically, they're still married. There's
Hmm.
no actual legal separation.
No.
And she has the audacity to say it's none of your business what I was doing. Um and then for her being so wired as far as her emotions and just like I blacked out or I can't remember, I was so distraught, but she was able to talk him out of killing her.
I mean, if my soon to be ex-husband was saying shit like that, I wouldn't have said, but I finally talked him out of it. I'd have been like, I
Like
fucking called the
finally talked him
cops.
out.
I
Finally
call
talked him out of it. That means there was probably at least a good 30-minute conversation or more.
probably longer.
That's what I'm saying. Like finally
Yeah.
talk. This was not a hostage negotiation.
I would have been like, I finally called the cops.
Exactly. I'm
That's
like,
what
you know what?
that would be
I'm
what
like, you
came
know
out of
what?
my mouth.
Like, babe, you know what? You're right. You know what? I'm messed up. You know what? I tell you what, I'm gonna go to the bathroom, take a shower. How about we go out and grab something to eat? How about that? And I'd have walked in there with my phone. Doop, 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 doop. Hey, you better come get this fool. Like I would have told him everything while I'm jumping out the bathroom window. There's no talking nobody out. Somebody say some crazy stuff like that. Man, I'm tell you something. You know what? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I did not mean to. I'm trying to keep it civil tonight. Please
Well,
continue.
and fun fact, a
Oh
lot
boy.
of jurisdictions you can actually text 911 now, so you don't even have to make a phone call.
Oh wow.
That was what I had to do the last time I saw my ex.
Wow. I mean, I'm glad they finally actually did something like that.
Hmm.
Because I mean, you know, you're talking about trying to play off calling somebody if you're in a situation where you can just sit there and say, "Oh, who are you texting? Just blah blah blah." Or
I'm just
sometimes you,
googling whatever, or
yeah,
because text is easy to disguise what's going on. So yeah, fun fact for you. You can text
that's awesome.
911 in most jurisdictions. Not all of them have a capability of it, but a lot of them do now.
I just don't understand why that would not be accessible to everyone everywhere. I can see
Size
it
of,
maybe in
it's the
smaller
size of the
towns.
county. Yeah, it's the size
Yeah,
of
I
the
could.
counties and the cities and stuff. Because
Yeah,
there's still a lot of small towns out there.
yeah. I mean, I get it. It is what it is. I mean, I hope that technology finally starts catching up and they're able to start doing these types of things. I'm tired of seeing these
Hmm.
Mayberry type freaking situations. Um, as fun as it is for criminals. Anyways, wait. Obviously, they were not in Mayberry, but maybe they were. I don't know. Jesus.
Uh,
Finally talked him out of
okay.
killing her.
Yes. So he asked, "Well, then what?" And she says, then he called Larry all kinds of names and that he was going to kill him. Two death threats, one conversation. But I
And no
talked
cops
him out
called.
of it,
And no cops
and
called.
no cops called. No.
Mm.
Um. So the prosecutor steps back and says, "Your witness." So the defense attorney stands up and he's like, he says, "You hate the defendant, don't you, Mrs. Schaefer?" And she reacts with an almost hysterical outburst. "Yes, I hate him. He killed the only man I ever loved."
Dang!
She was married to him for 11 years and have 4 kids, and
Dang!
she never loved him.
That, I, 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 I couldn't have been the judge. I'd be like, hey, we're going to take a short recess. I need everybody to clear the room except for them two. Sir, handle your business. Like what? 11 years,
11
4 kids,
years.
and she's gonna say that he killed the only man I ever loved.
So the defense counsel
Audacity.
waits for her to calm down, and he says, "You say you lived with your husband for 11 years, bore him 4 children, and yet you never loved him?"
Hey,
I
actually,
mean, it's a valid fucking question at this point.
I mean, that's that's a better follow up to anything we've ever responded to from any defense or prosecution lawyer so
Yeah.
far. He actually
Yeah, 'cause
said exactly
this
the
judge,
thing.
the guy who wrote this book hates attorneys.
Yeah, I could tell. We could tell. Yeah. Wow, that is a very valid point. Okay, cool. Go
So
ahead.
the prosecutor jumps up, "Your objection, Your Honor, irrelevant." And before the judge could rule, the defense attorney says, I withdraw the question." It's in their minds now. It's in the jurors' minds now
But the thing
because
is, I don't I've never understood that anyways. When it comes to that, and they say, well, the jury will strike that from their. It's already been said.
yeah, you can't strike it.
Like it's already been said.
Because
It's not like this.
you might not discuss it in the jury room, but it's still going to play emotionally on everybody. Because we're
Yeah, that's
humans.
just, yeah. I couldn't. That'd be the first thing I'd say when we go back to the jury room. Man, you hear that fool said?
She
We're
never
not
loved
supposed to talk.
him.
We weren't supposed to talk about that. I don't care. I'm talking about it. She said she never loved him.
It was
Nah.
said. I mean, it's
It
not
was
like we
said,
can
bro.
pretend it never happened.
Like,
Anyway,
like,
um,
like I don't like those shoes with that dress. Oh, I'll strike it. Oh, now you can't even talk about that either. Like, come on now, whatever. Anyway, go ahead.
so the defense attorney says, "Now, Miss Schaefer, isn't it true that you told police investigators the morning after the murder that you couldn't remember anything that was said on the morning of June 25th between you and your husband?" And she says, "Yes, I mean, I guess so. I forgot about that at first. I was so upset over Larry's death. They tell me I tried to kill myself. That's why they put me in the hospital." That's a whole lot of self-deleting going on in this one, or attempted self-deleting.
But
Because the whole
the
reason
fact that they
Larry's
put her
dead
in
is
the
because,
hospital though.
well, if she tried to kill herself in front of police officers,
That's
especially,
what I'm saying is that like that's not taking into consideration the fact that she just might be a little off her rocker a little bit there too.
at the moment she was. I don't know if,
Well,
like, overall what her mental health is. It might just be at that moment.
Well, obviously, our overall was just she never loved her husband after 11 years and 4 children. Mental health has got to come into play somewhere. Something was not right in that relationship. Oh boy. Oh no. She read ahead. She read it. When she does that, she has read ahead and she's just read something that is just okay. Go ahead.
This woman does not go halfway, okay?
Oh boy.
They they tell me I tried to kill myself. That's why they put me in the hospital. So he asks, "How long were you there?" And she says, "They said I tried to throw myself down the canyon."
The canyon? Is that like a code for flight of stairs or something? Or out the window?
No, it's like the Grand Canyon, but not grand. The big hole in the ground, my dude. Not off a bridge, not off a building, down a canyon. She tried to eat herself out of a canyon.
We're not doing that. What we're going to do is we're going to take a commercial break. Because if not, I'm about to have a freaking aneurysm. Are you? We'll be right back after this. We're going to take a commercial. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy, the Birdman from the Birdman Show, here to let you know that we are now
powered by Riverside FM.
That is right. The Birdman Show is back on Riverside FM with one of the easiest ways to create a podcast. Riverside has amazing editing tools and an unmatched community of experts that will help you take your podcast to the next level. Ace wants to tell them a little bit more.
With Riverside, what you get is you get a superior listening experience with crystal clear audio. You don't have to worry about the audio drift. And connectivity, it's easy and simple. It's not a problem. Riverside is a simple, powerful podcast studio. You can easily get down to making a great podcast of your own.
That's right. So if you want to start your free account, just head on over to Riverside FM and tell them that Ace
And the Birdman.
sent you by. And we'll see you guys in the clouds.
Yeet.
Hello everyone. um, I am the Birdman. That's the flight. This is the Birdman Show. You be the judge. You know what to do. Do it with us. Anyways, let me get to, no. I have a serious problem with this case right now. This fool really tried to yeet herself into the canyon.
Yeah, into a canyon.
Jesus, what is going on? What? So she can't remember anything that's going on.
Nope. She didn't even remember trying to eat herself.
She don't remember. She said, "What?" She said, "Apparently, they said I tried to just yeet myself into the canyon."
They said I tried to throw myself down the canyon.
She said that. That fool said that. She sure did. They said she sure did. That would imply she has no recollection. I do not recall, sir. I do not recall eating myself, trying to eat myself. Like, Def like,
Mhm. Yep.
I know that this judge changed a lot of stuff for the book, but this does not sit well with my soul, my spirit. That we have people who are alive walking the face of this earth that actually did this. Um,
Which
I
this? The
all of it,
eating,
all
the
of
eating,
it.
the eating or the cheating?
Jesus. This sounds this this sounds like a really this sounds like a poor pilot episode for a new soap opera.
Uh-huh. It does.
I just you know what, I'm gonna apply for a new job in courts where I can just be the DJ and I can play like the drama music and stuff. so, so so just like they're doing the soap operas and stuff, I play the music and everything in the background. Oh my god. Okay, so she apparently tried to eat herself off into a canyon.
So after that, she kind of like spaces out, and
Oh Lord.
her mind starts like wandering off. So he asked, he said, "Well, how long were you in the hospital?" And she goes, "I think it was 5 weeks."
Whew.
That's a long. Did she like partially successfully eat herself halfway down the canyon? Because that's a long time.
I'm now you say that I'm picturing, how you see those videos, those like snippets on YouTube sometimes from like the Animal Planet or something like that, and you see those goats that like jump off the freaking sides of mountains and they're getting chased by freaking the predators and then they go tumbling down the mountains. I'm starting to see her
But only
yeeting herself.
halfway.
Yeah,
But only
and
halfway.
she hits like a cliff, like halfway down, bam. Oh, I'm still alive. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's gonna be about 5 to 6 weeks, what I'm saying, you're gonna spend in the hospital. Like, what the? I just
So he
I'm
said
just
he
really in
said
awe right now.
And how much time passed before you remembered this threat made by your husband to kill Larry? And she said, I don't know. Was it after you were out of the hospital? And she said, yes. So he says, actually, you were out of the hospital a week when you first mentioned this threat. You haven't remembered that until then, right? So she was in the hospital for 5 weeks. And then a week after that, that's when she magically remembers the threat.
Is it too early to take another commercial break?
Yes.
Darn it. She's hurting my head. Everything else I was okay with up until this point, but she's really hurting my head. So okay, so just so I'm clear, I just want to make sure I'm clear. So she either she did or didn't. We don't know. We can't confirm. Yeeted herself off of a canyon, or off into a canyon. Um, and she had to. She had to have. She had to have
I,
because
I'm pretty sure at the time of this testimony, she should have still been in the fucking hospital, okay? Because it gets worse as I
oh
read.
my god, it gets worse. How much more
Yeah.
time they have her up there?
You ready?
Oh no, I'm not ready. But go ahead. It's like a train wreck. You can't look away. Go ahead.
Okay. So he says, actually, you were out of the hospital a week when you had first mentioned this threat. You hadn't remembered until then, right? And she goes, you know what I'm going to say? Yes, yes, yes. She starts getting like aggressive.
Dang, did she shoot Larry? She sounds more upset than he did.
So he goes, okay, just one or two more questions because this I think she's like still fucking unhinged at this point.
He's like,
Did you
okay, I'm
tell
just gonna
your
fucking.
husband when he was leaving that night that Larry was a better lover than he ever was?
Oh no.
She says, I don't know. I don't recall. And he says, try to recall. Larry's a better lover than you ever were. Is it possible you said that? Objection, Your Honor. Anything is possible. The judge says
Objection.
sustained.
Objection. And he sustained.
He said, all right, is it probable you said it? And she says, I may have said it. I could have said it. I don't recall. So he stands there for a moment, letting the answers and this testimony sink in. And he says, thank you, Miss Schaefer. That's all. And the judge calls a recess for lunch. I'm pretty sure that the judge is questioning his sanity on what job they're doing right now.
I wow. That's all I can say is wow. That just wow. The way she ooh wow. I'm starting to wonder if she's the one that she's if she's
Dude,
the
I'm
one that needs to
telling
be
you,
on
she
trial.
should have. I don't think she should have been out of the hospital. If she still can't recall anything surrounding this,
Well, first of all, if she done yeeted off of a freaking into a canyon, I don't know how she was only in the hospital for 5 weeks. Because I'm saying for her to be in the hospital for that long, well, should have been longer. But her to say they said like the way she worded is like they said I tried to is as if she called somebody and they had to come talk her out of it, or that I don't know. I don't know. I'm so
I don't know. They don't
this.
go. They don't go into any kind of background on what actually happened with the eating.
In fact, we keep referring it to yeeting. It's even better. It's even
Dark
better.
humor. Dark humor. So the next person on the witness stand is her sister, Miss Hoffman.
Oh, the
She
sister.
testifies that she was babysitting Vicky's children during the evening in question and was sleeping on the couch downstairs. The children's room was upstairs, as was Vicky's. Earlier in the evening, Vicky went out to meet Larry at about 2 a.m. Miss Hoffman woke up to find Kurt standing beside her. He wanted to know where Vicky was. He was upset, and he said he would make her feel sorry that she had no right to do this to him. And so the prosecution asked were they separated at the time, and she says yes, he had moved out. And he asked, did he say how he was going to make her feel sorry? And he said that he was going to kill her and Larry and then kill himself. What did you do then? And she said, well, I was shocked. We talked for a long time. After that, while he calmed down, he said he'd forget everything if he could only get her back. Then the phone rang. And he says, well, who was it? And she said, it was Vicky. She said she was coming home. I started to tell her that Kurt was here, but he grabbed the phone. He asked her where she was, but she hung up on him. Then, without saying anything, he turned around and left the house. Why is nobody calling the cops on this man? He's threatening to call. He's threatening to kill everybody, and everybody's just like, I just talked to him for a little bit. It's okay. I talked
That's
to
what's
him.
blowing my freaking mind. He's supposedly has said this twice, and yet and still, two people were able to talk him out of doing it.
Well,
Obviously,
apparently
if they're
Kurt
talking,
not.
apparently they're not very good at their job.
No, no.
That's just that is
You
mind
should
blowing.
have called a popo.
Yeah, I'm like freaking. What's his name? Wycliffe right now. Someone call 911.
Oh my God.
You know
Okay,
what now?
so the drama
what the freak now?
continues. This is like
Oh,
this is like the never-ending night. Okay, so a few minutes later, Vicky came home and went upstairs to her bedroom without even speaking to me. So she said, I laid back down to try to get some sleep, but Kurt came back. Why does he still have keys?
because they're not separate. They're not freaking divorced. They're just.
Okay, but he's threatened to kill you. That revokes key privilege.
Well, they talked him out of it, so they figure they can talk about it again.
Okay, well, he came back. He walked right past me as if he didn't even see me and rushed upstairs, and I could hear them talking. And so he asked, well, what did they say? And she said, I couldn't hear their words, but they were yelling at each other. And after a while, Kurt came down and he came down the stairs slowly. And Vicky came to the top of the stairs and uh, shouted something. After he left, I heard Vicky talking to Larry on the phone and telling him that Kurt was on his way to the office. This is like 2:30 in the morning.
So why was Larry there?
She called Larry.
So he decided to go there, or was Larry already at the office? I guess that's.
I don't know. I don't know where Larry's at, but she called Larry and said that Kurt was on his way to the office. So I don't know if he was telling him so he could go talk to him, or if I don't know. I have no idea.
The only people that should have been talking to this idiot were the fuck.
Yeah.
Okay, continue.
So he said, "Thank you. That's all." And the defense attorney gets up and he says he only has a few questions. And he said, "You and Kurt were good friends. You knew he loved Vicky very much, and you tried to bring about a reconciliation. Is that correct?" And she says, "Yes." You didn't like Larry, and then so the prosecutor says objection, irrelevant. Judge says sustained. And so he said, okay, you could tell Kurt was very upset that night. And she says, oh, yes, especially when he left the last time, he was shaking. So he asked, well, is he shaking out of control? And of course, objection, calls for conclusion. The judge pauses. He looks undecided. Finally, he says, overruled, you may answer. And so she
Finally.
says, yes, you could say that in a heat of passion. And she said, yes. That's all. Thank you. So he rises as if he wants to ask more questions, but then he just waves his hand and sits back. The state rests. So the defense, in the case for the defense, various witnesses, including several prominent citizens of the town, testify that Kurt Schaefer has a good reputation in the community as a peaceful, law-abiding, and honest person. That he loved his wife and children very much and desperately wanted his wife back. Then why is he threatening to kill everybody? Anyway. Um, so now Kurt Schaefer takes the stand amid a murmur of expectation. He's about 33 years old. He's got a short beard, blue glassy eyes. He tries not to look at his wife, who's now sitting in the very back row. After a few preliminary questions in which Schaefer identifies himself and states how he and Larry started a business together, his attorney comes to the question of the gun. So he says, "Did you have a permit for it?" And he said, "No." "Then you bought it illegally?" He said, "No, I found it in a junk pile about 2 years ago. It was an old gun and I took it. It was rusty and I didn't know whether it would work, but I cleaned it, oiled it, and saw that it would operate." So he finds this revolver, this rusty revolver, in a junk pile and cleans it up.
Okay.
So he says, "Well, what did you do with the gun?" And he said, "I kept it under my mattress to protect my family."
Under your mattress?
Yeah.
This is the freaking 1940s?
How many freaking revolvers do you find laying around in junk piles?
That's another thing. Obviously, if it's in a junk pile, it was probably involved in another murder.
Yeah, there's probably some bodies on that gun. I'm just saying.
Yeah, we might need to be talking to Curtis about a few other things.
Hmm.
What the freak? Go ahead.
So the attorney says, "Now, Mr. Schaefer, I'd like to get to the day this tragedy occurred. Where were you that night?" And he said, "I went to a meeting for Gamblers Anonymous. I felt like I was making progress and I wanted to tell my wife. So I went to her house, only she wasn't there, but her sister was, and the kids were sleeping upstairs. And Addie, which is her sister, and I talked." And he said, "You heard her say you talked of killing your wife and Larry and then yourself, didn't you? Isn't that true?" And Kurt says, "If she said that, I guess it's true. I don't know." Nobody knows nothing. Not a single one. Um, so the attorney goes, "But then isn't it true that you calmed down and put aside those thoughts of killing?"
You're like, bro,
Bro,
I'm trying to
work
help
with
you,
me
man. What's
here.
going on? What are you doing? It's not what we talked about.
So of course the other attorney goes, "Objection, Your Honor, he's leading the witness. I have no objection to the defendant telling his story, but let it come from him, not his attorney." And sustained. Please proceed. "All right, just tell us what happened next." And Kurt said, "The phone rang. Addie answered, but I knew it was Vicky and I grabbed it. I talked to her, but she hung up on me, so I left." And he said, "Well, where did you go then?" And he said, "I figured they were at Larry's place, so I drove out that way. Then I saw our truck, the red one, coming the other way. Larry was driving. There was somebody with him. I thought it was Vicky, so I turned around and went back to the house. The truck was gone, but I knew Vicky was inside, so I went back in." And he said, "Did you talk to Vicky then?" He said, "Yes, I told her I had to have her back. She said things I don't remember. I was upset, but she looked at me as if she'd never seen me before. She said she was in love with Larry and wanted a divorce. I can't remember." And he just stops talking and he starts crying. Um, so the attorney's like, "Can you go on?" And he's like, "Yeah, go ahead. Do you remember her saying," why you gotta keep rubbing this shit in this fucking
Hey, man,
man?
just open it.
I'm starting to feel bad for this guy. And he says, "Do you
Hey,
remember her saying that Larry was a better lover than you?"
bro,
Like,
bro.
how many times you gonna bring this up to him?
Like, whose lawyer are you? Whose lawyer are you?
He says, "No, I mean, yes, she couldn't." I like he's basically stuttering all over himself at this point, which I don't blame him. Um, and he said, "You don't want to remember that, do you?" And the other attorney's like, "Objection, leading, sustaining." And she said, "Did she say it?" And there's a long pause, and he said, "Yes, she said it." So, Jesus Christ. This gotta be like some form of badgering the witness at this point. Poor
Like,
guy. Fucking
dang, man.
hell.
Like, bro, listen, and I've been there, man. I've been there. Not to the point where I shot somebody, but I've been there. I've been cheated on, man. It is tough. Like it is like tough, man. Especially you get in that situation and you find out everything's going on, and you like your mind just goes all over the place. I'm saying I'm very thankful for the times I say that, but it's gonna sound weird no matter what. I'm thankful for the times I got cheated on because of the training I went through in the military. And the fact that I was able to keep those types of emotions in check enough to where I can remove myself from the situation. That's where I'm going with that. But if I stayed in a situation, it's good. Well, I might not be doing this podcast with you right now, unless they let me do a podcast from prison. Anyways, I don't think they would. But seriously, though, I mean, I don't I have no idea. I have no idea what's going on with this freaking case. Like it just nothing is making sense to me. I think they should put her under the jail too. So oh god, just please continue because I don't know where the freak we're going with this.
Uh,
Oh, don't do it. What?
So, okay, they go to recess, and when questioning resumes, Kurt seems like a different man. He's cold, without emotion. He answers questions, and just like he's disconnected from reality, basically. And he says, "Well, what
Mm,
happened after you left the house?" And he said, "I went to the office. I was hoping Larry wouldn't be there. I just wanted to kill myself. But when I walked in and saw Larry there grinning at me and said he was wanted to talk to me, then I don't know. I shot him. I tried to shoot myself, only the gun jammed. That's all I can remember." So
okay.
he turns around and speaks to the prosecutor. "You may inquire." He's basically letting the prosecutor, it's his turn. On
Right.
cross, Schaefer, Kurt, is often confused. He presses him to recall what his intentions were while he was driving around that night, while he was at the house, and even after he left Vicky, but he can't remember. He can't remember at what point he got the gun. He wasn't in control of himself. He apologizes to the court for not being able to remember. He said, "I'm sorry, sir, but it's all a jumble in my mind. I want to tell the truth. I did it. I was wrong, and I deserve to be punished." The last witness for the defense is Dr. Basil Bernard, a clinical psychologist who gives his opinion that Schaefer was incapable of exercising adequate control over his responses to environmental stimuli. That is a lot of fucking $10 words right there. Jesus Christ.
I get the
Um,
gist of it.
yeah, but it's like he was getting paid per letter. Anyway,
Probably.
he testifies that tests showed Kurt's personality was noteworthy for the repeated themes of masculine inadequacy, and this feeling motivated him to keep a gun under his mattress in order to give him a sense of power. Kurt also hoped to improve his worth through gambling, but he was not successful.
Further proving that he was.
He was seriously inadequate. Yeah.
I'm sorry, Kurt. Don't mean to laugh at you, brother. Go ahead.
Jesus.
Boy, when it
The
rains, it pours.
doctor the doctor then concludes his testimony by stating that Schaefer's mental capacity was diminished at the time of the shooting to the point where he could not maturely and deliberately premeditate and reflect on the gravity of his act. He was in such a mental state, a heat of passion, that he could not really think about what he was doing or what it meant. The cross examination adds a little, after which the defense rests. In rebuttal, the prosecution calls psychiatrist Dr. Conrad to the stand, and he's apparently a little bit older. He points this out in the text. Unlike the younger, unlike the younger Dr. Bernard, Dr. whatever the hell his name is, Conrad is a licensed physician.
The other guy's not.
He
Is this
is not licensed to treat
oh
or diagnose. So he's like kind of like a clinical. He doesn't deal with
yeah, okay.
one-on-one patients and stuff.
All right.
So Dr. Conrad says he saw Schaefer the day of the shooting. He concludes that Schaefer was legally sane at the time of the shooting and that he could distinguish the difference between right and wrong and was aware of the nature and quality of his act. The doctor says he thought Schaefer could meaningfully premeditate on the gravity of his act. He starts a cross examination. He says, "Let me get this straight, doctor. You say he could premeditate on what he was doing." He said, "Yeah, he could. Yes, he had the mental capacity to. But you are only saying he had the ability to do so. Yes. You cannot say that he did." He said, no evidence of that. I think it was an impulsive, spur of the moment act. In the heat of passion, he said one might say that. I wouldn't call that a heat of passion. That's I wouldn't say that because usually in a heat of passion, you're like so overwrought with emotions that you're not thinking straight. It's kind of like a toddler throwing a fit over their toy getting taken. They just start throwing a fit. I mean, you have a little demon child in the other room that backs that
Yeah, I
up.
mean, I definitely get what you're saying. I mean, I could kind of only because if it was if it's whole true to his story of what him saying that he went to go kill himself, um, and that he went when he did he tried to do it the gum jam, but then he has his ex best friend and his business partner who is now has his wife who's in love with him, and then
And
seeing
don't
him
forget, he's had it
grinning.
rubbed in his face that he's a better
Yeah,
lover than he would
yeah,
ever be, like
yeah.
7 times.
So and probably a better gambler too. Um,
Yep.
so so it might have been one of those things. As soon as you hear the gun click, it might have been one of those things. All of a sudden, it's like click. Oh, you know what? Click, 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 click. You know what I'm saying? And it might have been one of those things. So I mean, I think it could still fall within that, but it still remains to be seen. I mean, it just depends on how they decide they want to, really judge that. That's just this. Wow, this one hurts the brain.
So the DA says, this heat of passion that counsel asked you about, you have no way of knowing how strong or how hot that was, do you? And he says, well, the doctor looks through his records and he says, the police gave me a letter they found in his pocket. Um, and he withdraws a crumpled sheet of paper, said, "Shall I read it, Your Honor?" And both attorneys freak the fuck out because they don't know this thing exists.
Oh wow.
So they study it and they both say no objection. So they're like, oh, okay, they're both thinking this is going to work in their favor. So the doctor reads aloud. My heart is aching so bad since my separation from my wife and children. I cannot bear it. I keep praying night after night she will come back to me. Perhaps if my love for her was not so strong and deep, I could go along, but I cannot. If I have to live apart from my family, I shall ask God our Father to end my life mercifully soon. Signed, Kurt Schaefer. And the date was June 18th, 1999, 1 week before the shooting.
Okay.
Um, that's it.
Oh,
There's no closing statements. There's no,
what? Why would there be?
yeah. So you got 4 possibilities: guilty of first degree, second degree, voluntary manslaughter, or not guilty. There should be a not guilty because they're nuts, but that's
Yeah.
not an option.
Not guilty by the reason that everybody in this freaking case is completely freaking stupid. Wow. Okay. All right. So you heard the lady. Either guilty of first degree murder, second degree murder, involuntary manslaughter, or not guilty. Are your options there? Wow. Ha. Mm. What we're gonna do? We're gonna take a quick commercial break. Well, when we come back, we're gonna try to make some sense of this and then find out exactly what the heck is going on here. So yeah, we'll be right back right after this. This commercial break is brought to you by 143 Infinite Designs. At 143 Infinite Designs, they believe that fashion is a powerful way to celebrate love, creativity, and connection. It is their mission to bring people together through custom, stylish, and meaningful t shirt designs that enable everyone to express their unique stories, passions, and personalities. At 143 Infinite Designs, they also aim to make every piece a reflection of kindness, unity, and infinite imaginations, spreading positivity one shirt at a time. So if you'd like more information, please reach out by calling 620 454 6588 or by email 143infinitedesigns at gmail.com. What is up, everybody? How you doing? It's your boy, the Birdman from the Birdman Show. I got Def Light with me. You guys already know what to do, so why don't you go ahead and do it? Ahoritas. So we we wow, we just did a you be the judge episode, um and Birdman's heart, head, and soul is hurting on this one. um wow. So
Okay, just so note, um, first degree murder, that one, most people know what that is. Second degree murder occurs when the killing is with malice, aforethought, but without deliberation and premeditation. Voluntary manslaughter, which is the other option, um, is the intentional killing of a human being without malice aforethought. An intentional killing is said to be without malice, therefore reduced to voluntary manslaughter with the following circumstances. The killing was committed during a sudden quarrel or heat of passion, where the provocation is such that would naturally arouse such passions. Um, the heat of passion is what basically brings down it from second degree down to voluntary manslaughter.
mhm.
And where the killing is committed in an honest but reasonable belief and need to defend against imminent peril of life to great bodily injury. So that wouldn't be the case in that one. So that's the difference
Right.
between second and voluntary. So
Mm.
basically comes down, do you believe that he was so in the heat of the moment that he just pulled the trigger?
Okay, so for me, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. And if for those who are out there watching, definitely put in the comments what you think. If you think he's guilty, first degree murder, second degree murder, voluntary manslaughter, or not guilty. But for me, I I have so many questions. But when I'm looking at the case, I'm trying to break it down. Okay, so my first question would be, all right, so he's he has the suicide note he wrote a week prior to the incident. Okay.
Yeah, but it wasn't. It was almost like a prayer to die, not I'm going to
Right.
kill myself.
But it within that note, there was one key thing that really stuck out to me was when he said that I pray to the good Lord, whatever he phrased it, that he takes my life soon. So it's not like he's saying I want, or soon can be right now, soon can be tomorrow, soon can be a week from today. So I mean, even with that, I can see why both lawyers would probably say, yeah, we don't have no problem with that because, in a sense, it could work out in either one of their favor. It could show for the defense, it could show that yeah, he wanted to in his life, because he was extremely distraught about what's going on. The prosecutors say, yeah, he wanted in his life, but a week before, You know what I'm saying? He doesn't do anything until a week after he writes this. So yeah, I can understand why. Another thing that kind of sticks in my mind is number one, while all this is going on, he's driving around, right? Goes to the house, comes back to the house, or leaves the house, comes back to the house after he sees his business partner slash ex best friend, and supposedly what he thinks is his wife too, driving in. He said their truck.
Uh-huh.
Now, when he said their truck, was he talking about like their family truck or business truck? I guess I'm a little. It doesn't say. Okay. Anyways, okay.
No.
So you
You
can
know
assume
I
it's
ain't
one
gonna
of the two.
answer these random ass questions.
Yes, right. You're right. You're right. Facts. You're right. You're right. You're right. You got that one. Um, so there could be another thing. And then going back to the house, then hearing his wife talking about, yeah, this guy was much better lover than you, da da da, and like, oh, okay,
That's gotta burn, man. That's gotta
bro.
burn so bad.
I'm gonna tell you right now, he a better man than most because for a woman to say that to your face and you not go ahead and put hands on her then after she done put you through all this for this period of time, because there's really no time frame on how long this was actually going on. There's
Listen,
no
this whole thing has left more questions than answers. So he doesn't live at this house anymore, right? But he sleeps
but
with
for
a
how
gun
long?
under his mattress.
Yeah,
So when he moved
was
out,
he
did he take it with him?
that? Well, he had to.
Or
Well,
did he
no,
get it
not necessarily.
or did he
Necessarily.
get
That's
it when he was upstairs talking to his wife?
yeah. That's what I'm saying.
But
I was saying
she
he
she
could have.
f- lost her shit and couldn't fucking remember anything.
Well, because she was thinking about throwing herself off a cliff or off into the
Yeet,
canyon.
yeet.
Yeet. I'm thinking like WWE now. Jay Uso. Yeet. Yeah.
I don't know. It like this whole thing like all of them need to be committed that are still living.
Yeah. I just I don't even know how to really approach this freaking case. I have no freaking clue of how to actually approach this case. It just makes no sense to me. I could say I could I could see I can make argument for second degree murder and I can make an argument for manslaughter, depending on how you would want to judge it. And the way this whole freaking case was going in the court, I could literally see the media saying, "Yeah, second degree." I can almost even really hear say not guilty. like I don't think it's first degree murder. I don't think, because even though he may have said it, the fact that multiple people talked him out of it, and say, hey, but then what
They
happened
didn't
is,
talk him out of it. They just
well,
delayed it.
the thing is that each time he was talked out of it, something else compound was thrown on top of it. So the wife talking to him and talking him out of it, then comes back and says, yeah, well, he's still a better lover than you. You know what I'm saying? That then would reignite the fuse. So yeah, you could probably
Why
talk
would
somebody
she
out of it.
call him and say, "Hey, he's headed to the office right now"?
Like that's what I'm saying.
Like
Like,
why?
because it's 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, it's like
So
2:30 in the morning at this point, maybe 3.
so yeah, so hopefully Larry was taking his dumb self home and not to the office. I don't know why he would go to the office anyways. Um, and he even said about he probably told her he was going to the office because he just that's he probably wanted to go there. And if he was going
I
to do
mean,
what he was intending doing,
it almost seems like Larry was going over there to fuck with him, and he fucked around and
well, he
found out.
did. If he came in talking about it, he saw him and he's just grinning at him like, "Hey, man, we need to talk, brother." Like, "Hey, man, I'm playing it. I'm giving it to your wife." You know what I'm
That
saying?
was like the ultimate fuck around and find out. He did.
Oh, he found out 3 times. He found out 3 times. Yeah. So I don't even. Man, I don't even know, fam. I I I can split. I'm just you know what? I'm just gonna go. I'm just gonna say second degree. I'm just gonna say second degree murder. I guilty second degree murder. I know it's probably gonna be something crazy. I'm just gonna say that because I can see the argument for second degree murder. Um, even with the crime of passion within that. But I can also see the manslaughter, and I can really see the not guilty. But I'm just gonna say second degree murder.
You're going with second degree?
Yeah, just forget it. I don't even care at this point in time. It's
It
this.
took the jury several days to decide on the verdict.
Dang.
They were sequestered for several days, and the real life jury found the defendant guilty of murder in the second degree.
Oh wow.
This is like the first time that you've ever actually agreed with the jury.
Well, I could see it going that way. It's just the whole
Certain
thing just is
jurors,
stupid.
the certain jurors could not vote for first degree murder because of the doubts to his mental state at the time of the shooting. I think his mental state is still in question.
But if
Some could not put aside their sympathy for his position in the love triangle. And then the argument for voluntary manslaughter based on the heat of passion failed to carry the jury because the jurors felt that sufficient time elapsed between the moment Schaefer left the house the second time and get to the crime scene for that was enough basically to chill him out. And he was
yeah, but
sentenced to 5 years to life in prison.
even with that, now that I'm thinking about it, I don't care about how much time he had between the time he left the house to get to the office.
It was the
He gets,
smirk.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like he
It
gets
was
to the
the fucking
office, and the guy
smirk.
that's there's banging his wife on the bang 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 with his wife. So he's like, "Oh, you bang banging my wife? I'm gonna bang bang you." Pause. Anyways, but no, that's I would, now that I'm thinking about it, I would probably say manslaughter with that too now, because even though I agree, the time like if you that I would where I would have really agreed with it is if Larry would have went to the house, right, and then Curtis decided, well, I'm gonna go talk to her one more time, and then he comes back to the house and they're there or whatnot, or he goes to Larry's house. You know what I'm saying? But to go to the office and your intent was to unalive yourself, and the person that is part of the reason why you're in so much pain is there,
The
and then
primary
has the
reason.
audacity, well, yeah, and has the audacity to smirk at you and say, "Hey, we need to talk." Nah, bro, talk to this lead. You know what I'm saying? You could talk to MC Hammer on the gun, bang bang. You know what I'm saying? Oh my Lord, he did with the Yosemite Sam, rootin' tootin'. God, I mean, like I said, I could see the second degree, but even after hearing what you just said about the jury, like that still doesn't sit with me, because like, yo, you've been going through this like this emotional roller coaster, up and down, and then the final nails being driven in your coffin when you try to speak to your wife one more time, and then she comes down, she's talking about, yeah, well, he's a better lover than you. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, people just don't understand. And there's just some people out there, men and women. And I'm not putting this on. I'm not putting this on women. I ain't putting this on. Both sides of the party need to be careful how you choose your words when you speak to people. You know what I'm saying? She out there boo-hooing. Yeah, you killed the only man I ever loved. Even though I was with my husband for 11 years, we had 4 children. He killed the only man I ever loved.
11 years? What the fuck?
Like, dang, that's more than most college roommates be spending time together. I mean, you that's a roommate. That's not a freaking spouse. Like I say, I've had this, I've been in some marriages like that, so I get it. They're more of a roommate than they are a spouse. So I mean, it is what it is. But wow, that's wow. Wow. Mm. That's all I can say with this one. That's all I can say with this one is wow. Like that just.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So
I mean,
here's what we're gonna.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take another quick commercial break. Then we're gonna wrap this thing up and get on up out of here. Because yeah, I think this is yeah, we need to do that. We need to get the heck up out of here. So yeah, we'll be right back after this messages from your Tri-State 66ers. Maybe. Or not. Oh, there it goes. That's right, 66er Nation. Stand up for your Tri-State 66ers. Now, if you're a small business, you're a big business, if you're a local business, if you're a national business, and you are looking to sponsor a minor league basketball team, look no further than your Tri-State 66ers. We're a minor league program that's based out of Pittsburgh, Kansas, but we are looking to partner with local businesses within Pittsburgh, Parsons, Fort Scott, Frontenac, Columbus, Independence, Kansas, which is my hometown, as well as Carville. Any business that's looking to partner with the Tri-State 66ers, we're looking to do that. So definitely get a hold of us. You can reach us by email by just simply going to that email down the bottom of the screen, tristate66ers.basketball@gmail.com. You can also call us at this number, 620-454-6587. And then, of course, you can always check out any of the Tri-State 66ers basketball games, as well as some of the new segments we're introducing, like the Coach's Corner. We'll all be on there interviewing players, coaches from around the league over on our YouTube channel. So looking forward to hearing from everybody, hearing from you, and stand up 66 Nation as we drive on and become more and better professionals. What is up, everybody? How you doing? It's your boy, the Birdman from the Birdman Show. I got Def Light joining me. This has been a You Be the Judge episode. You guys already know what to do, so once you go ahead and do it with us. Oh my God, Carrie. There's just some episodes that just leave you speechless. This is one of them. So what are your final thoughts on tonight's episode? Other than we need to burn them.
I have a headache.
I'm just burn the whole system. Just burn the whole system. Just start it all over. Just burn the whole system down. Yeah, I definitely have a headache after that one. Good God Almighty. Wow. I don't have anything else to say. I just don't. Don't forget tomorrow we have the Birdman Show recap. We'll be right back here tomorrow, 6 p.m. Central Time for the recap of this episode, as well as Monday. Well, not really Monday's episode. We'll talk a little bit about Monday's episode. Well, we're not an episode's production meeting for our Conspiracy Files series. So we might touch on a few things from there, but we'll do the recap here for tonight's episode, because I definitely have more questions, and I'm probably gonna write those down. So definitely be looking forward to that for tomorrow. Like you said, or like I've said before, you can catch any of our episodes, especially live, on our YouTube channel, as well as any past episodes, by simply going to YouTube and typing in at TBS216. You can also do the same thing over on our newer platform, which is Rumble, by going over to Rumble and typing in at Birdman Show. And then, of course, at any point in time, if you want to join the studio audience live, you can just go over to Riverside Studios and go to riverside.fm/studio/Birdmans-studio. That's riverside.fm/studio/Birdmans. That's Birdman with an S at the end, -studio. Really enjoyed it. It was it was something. So thank you once again, there, Miss Deathlight, for bringing that one to us. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it at that. Now, I will say this. Ow, if I can grab it without freaking breaking my arm. I'm going to be introducing this to the show at some point in time. It's backwards. God bless it.
It's right. I can see it the right way.
Oh, it is? Okay. So am I just showing that it's backwards. So good. As you say. But this is just it's an encyclopedia of serial killers. Yes. So definitely gonna do some deep diving into this. That sounded so weird. Yeah. Anyways, so yeah, Carrie, this is good. It's good talk. Good talk. Glad you decided to leave back in after being gone for 2 weeks. With this one, thank you so much.
3 weeks.
3 weeks, sorry, 3 weeks. Oh,
hmm
even better. Came back after 3 weeks and lead with this one. Yeah, good choice. Good choice. Anyways, um, you have anything else you want to say to the good people before we get up out of here?
So the judge that wrote this,
Uh-huh.
he did pass away back in 2016.
Oh, so he couldn't hold on for a few more years till we started the podcast.
Mm. He was
Yeah.
95 years old at his time of death. He'd seen some shit.
Obviously, what he didn't see was a good publisher. Anyways, no, but I do appreciate the book. It was a pretty good one. I mean, I hope somebody else could, eventually come out with another series like this. And I'm surprised more retired judges haven't done stuff like this.
It's kind of weird. I did try to go down a rabbit hole and find something similar, but every book that I saw covered one case, like super in
Yeah,
depth.
yeah, like that's wow. I mean, I'm really surprised. Like judges and lawyers don't do something like that. Like you could they could probably, well, he didn't, but they may, if they do it the right way, they could probably make some pretty good little penny off of that. Um, Doing some of the court cases and stuff like that. So, that's interesting.
I mean, this dude, he had a very interesting history.
Wow.
He was he issued verdicts against the leading Nazis for war crimes. He
What?
served as a combat artillery officer before covering the Nuremberg war trials. Um, like he even did he write a book, or he was focused in a book? Oh, he was focused in a book about the trials.
We might just need to do a You Be the Judge episode on the judge. That sounds pretty. He sounds more interesting than some of the cases in this book. Oh,
He he led a life.
wow. That's kind of cool. We might consider that. Definitely might consider that for an episode just to talk about him. Um, that's kind of cool. Wow. Yeah, you have to send me the information so I can just start doing a little bit of research on that, and then we'll
Yeah, because
figure
I
that
can't
out.
pronounce this dude's name. I don't
The
know if you
judge?
can, if it's the right way or not.
What? Norbert.
His,
Norbert. I got the Norbert.
I have no idea how to say his last name.
Hannafrada. What? Oh, yeah. We
Yeah,
just gonna call him Norbert.
that's why I call him Norbert, or the
Wow,
author.
the author. I like that.
Mm.
It's kind of like Prince, the artist. Um. Okay, that's awesome. Well, listen, I don't have anything else. I'm not gonna keep you guys um too much longer. Like I said, we have the recap tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Central Time. Right back here. I will say this: I'll do some housekeeping. So we do have some time. Because normally we go to about 8. But since we do have some time, I'm gonna do some housekeeping. So basically, what's going on with this right now? Like I said, we're not broadcasting to TikTok. TikTok's having issues. Well, I don't know what the issue is, but there's issues with TikTok as far as the studio I was using with Restream. And now so it's giving me fits about doing the stream key. Uh, I could do it here on Riverside, but I have to get the stream key from TikTok, and it's a much more in depth process doing it on here than it was on Restream. Restream, I could just log into my TikTok, boom, I was good to go. This one, I actually have to have a stream key. Anybody knows anything about streaming, and you're streaming from one platform to another, all the processing going into that. So, in the past, TikTok has been pretty stingy about that. I don't know if that's going to change with the sale of it, and maybe that part of it changes. I don't know. It's yet to be seen. So whatever. I'm not dealing with the headache of it. So we're doing this. So we're live right now on YouTube, and we're live within the Riverside studio. And I'm gonna continue doing that for a while, because I do like being able to do everything live like this. Um, and then what I'll do is I'll upload the video to our Riverside. I'm not Riverside Rumble account, to where I can actually do the editing in and actually add the intros and the outros where we actually play the music that most people have, because I'm still having some issues with the music that I normally would play. It's not playing on my external like it was playing before, so I'm still figuring that part out as well. So that's how we're doing right now, and that is we're doing that until I'm able to get the streaming platform, our own streaming platform, up and running. Hopefully, I think we're about a month and a half out from that. Once that happens, then you'll have a whole brand new way of watching the Birdman Show, and we will be 100% unfiltered and unhinged. Um, more so than what we already are.
Who
Uh,
filters anything now?
well, I do.
don't.
I filter.
I don't.
I try. Came very close tonight to just really coming unhinged. But it is cool because, like I said, we'll be on Apple TV. We'll be on Roku TV. We'll be on Fire Stick. And then of course we'll have our own app and everything. We'll have our own channels for all that stuff. So I'm looking forward to it because now it's gonna be the Birdman Show, but we'll have the Conspiracy Files. We'll have the Birdman Sports podcast. And then if you do like basketball and everything like that, like with that the commercial I played with the Tri-State 66ers, I am the owner and coach of that organization. We play within the MABA, the Mid America Basketball Association. So we're gonna have our games and stuff on that. So it'll be almost like if you had like YouTube TV, but it'd be our own private network. So much stuff going on with that. I'm also going to be implementing my music channels in there. I'm part owner of a music record label out in California with a army buddy of mine. So we'll be putting on music videos, talking about old school. I'm talking about old school, like MTV when it first started. Actual music videos, not this freaking real world crap, all that other stuff that they do on there now. But we're talking about actual music videos, and we'll have audio channels as well, to where we do 24/7 music as well. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited about it. There's a lot of different things that's going to come about for it, so I'm definitely looking forward to it. But yeah, other than that, Carrie, you guys that you want to say that's us to say to the people?
Nope.
I do not either. I do appreciate you guys so very much for the love and support. You guys are always so freaking awesome. We love you guys. Like I said, we'll see you guys tomorrow, 6 p.m. Central Time, right back here for the Birdman Show recap. That is Deathlight. I am the Birdman, and for Miss D, for Bambi, for Mace Valor, for Ace in his absence as well. We love you guys, appreciate you guys, and we'll see you guys later. The Birdman out. Dudes, we get up out of here. And we out. Maybe. Oh no, why is it not?
Hit the button.
I